Welcome to The Daily Grind, a Bluff City Media daily podcast. Stepping up to the microphone is your host, Luke Hatmaker. Grab your favorite morning brew and let's get to the show.
You gotta fight for your rights. Shout out to Beasties. And shout out to everybody at the house, everybody watching from the homes from around the world, and the people in the comments. Welcome to the Daily Grind. I am your host, Luke Hatmaker, and it's Friday. And that means you know what? No, it has been a rusty week, and it has been a good week, and I have loved it. How are you, brother?
I'm good, man. Yeah, we've been grinding all week, Paul.
Yeah.
But it's been a good week of shows this weekend, that's for sure, man. Yeah, I'm good this morning. I was outside having my coffee, as one might does. My neighbor comes up, and we're talking, and he says, I have identical twin sons named Juan and Amal. And I said, oh, do you have a picture? He said, yeah. And he showed me one picture. I said, just one picture? He said, yeah, because once you've seen one, you've seen them all. Welcome to the Daily Grind.
I'm
build up what we got there.
I'm clapping for that one. I'm clapping for that one. I like that one. There's a lot to like in that one. Name jokes, twin jokes. I'm here for it.
Neighbor jokes. Come on.
Neighbor jokes. You live in the craziest. I'm going to write a cartoon book about your neighbors because it's like a children's story. There's going to be a chapter about Juan and Amal. There's going to be a chapter about all the crazy. God.
I mean, the reality, there's two houses on either side of me. I've got great neighbors on one side, and then I've got neighbors on the other. Like, it's a normal neighborhood, but there's some wild people.
I love it. I love it. Let's talk about some wild people. I don't have a transition for this. Let's talk about rebuilds, specifically not the Grizzlies rebuild, because you sent me this list, and I was actually really excited to see this. ESPN, I mean, you want to talk about, I'm just glad to see that it's not just us that are in the dog days of summer trying to come up with content. ESPN themselves are doing it. They came up with a rebuild rankings where I guess this is their second version. This is a post-draft version, so one that I feel more confident about. This are an examination, I'm going to quote, an explanation of where the 14 teams that missed the playoffs last season stand in their rebuilds, specifically how close each is to championship contention. We talked briefly before the show started. This headphone is killing me. We started briefly before the show started. I think we saw a different list, but both you and I were, I wonder if we saw the first version of this list.
We might have.
We saw something and we were expecting the Grizzlies to be on here and we were frustrated. But once you go through this list and once you actually, I guess, I don't know if they clarified it was the 14 teams that missed the playoffs last year, but you go through this list and it's an interesting list. The first thing that jumped out to me, and I don't want to hear what jumped out to you first. We might even have the same one. First thing immediately that jumped out to me on this list is how, and we've talked about it, how we might actually need to be worried about the Spurs. I think we've all been, they had, what was their over under? It was like 43 wins, 42 wins. I mean, we were talking about how many wins that is. It looks like the hype train has officially left the station for this year's Spurs, and this list just solidifies that hype, I would say.
Yeah, I mean, when you add a guy like Dylan Harper to a core with Victor Wembanyama, Stephon Castle, Vassell, like these guys that are already hoopers, and you add an absolute hooper to that team, it's only going to make it better. For me, the team that jumped out the most, like they're higher on the Wizards than I think. They got the Wizards fifth. The Portland Trailblazers, they got them all the way down at 10 out of the 14 teams. And I get it. They didn't make a lot of splashy, sexy moves, but they got Drew Holiday back. They got Dame back for next year. I do really think that Yang Hansen is going to carve out a role in that post for them. He's raw. He's got a lot of upside. There's going to be some learning curve there, right? Yeah. But Donovan Klingen's going to be a year better. Scoot Henderson, I think, is going to have a big bounce back season. I'm big on him. I think that this team, Denny Avdia is great. I think this team is better than they're getting credit for. Plus, they got rid of a locker room cancer in DeAndre Ayton. And sometimes when you get rid of a player like that, who is just doesn't care, who's bringing your team morale and cohesiveness down, I look for Portland to be better. I was shocked that they were 10th. I think that they're going to be the team that overachieves on this list. And I think the Wizards, I know we kind of talked through it the other day with Parrish about how much better, but I just, they're the Wizards. And I don't know that they know how to win. Yes, I like some of the things they've done. I think CJ McCollum's going to be a great vet for them. I am excited to see Ken Whitmore, and you almost talked me into them yesterday. But the more I've thought about it, the more I've looked at it, it's like, man, like this is still the same old Wizards team. Like they're still going to be in the lottery. They're still going to be bad. Like I don't think that they're ahead of Charlotte, who I think got better.
Mm-hmm.
They're not ahead of the Raptors. They're not ahead of the Trailblazers, contrary to what this list tells you.
Yeah, I thought the Wizards, they do have 10 players on rookie scale contracts and 12 guys under 25, so they're young. Maybe that, I mean, I'm with you though. This seemed higher than I would have put them.
That's bold to put them there. Yeah.
Especially with some of the other teams under them. Like you said, I mean, we like some of the moves the Hornets made. We like some of the moves we just talked about it. The Blazers made, and then there's teams above them like the Nets and the Jazz, who we know. I mean,
Jazz aren't trying.
I mean, I guess we need to figure out what they mean. What they don't clarify in this article. What is a quote unquote rebuild? Because if the Jazz aren't going to be trying this year, does that mean they're rebuilding? I mean, I just don't know. Like,
yeah,
Dallas,
if you read
Dallas
in there
is on this list.
Yeah. And if you read in there about the Jazz, it says that between the state of the roster and the competitive West, it's going to be an extremely long road for the Jazz. The organization is well positioned to navigate that path, but it doesn't make it any easier. Like they've got a lot of picks they can use. They got a lot of assets and good contracts still in Laurie that they can trade. But you got them 7th ahead of teams like Portland that's trying to rebuild and get better. And I think they did. The Jazz thing is interesting to me. Same with the Wizards. I think the Wizards at 5 is way too high. But it is encouraging as a Memphis Grizzlies fan, as we always tie this back to the Grizzlies, is A, yes, Edward, I hope Laurie is a Grizzly this time next year, but B, the Phoenix Suns are dead last, 14th on this list. And hey, Luke, remind me, who owns their first round pick next year?
We do.
Exactly.
Yep. That is there's a bright spot on this, because you look at this list and you're like, oh crap, we got to play the team that's first on this list. They're in our division.
Second.
Yeah. But then you scroll down and you're like, oh, wait a minute. Suns and the Pelicans are the last 2 on this list. And one, we got to see the Pelicans a lot, and we need Phoenix to be bad so we can get that pick. So I'm here for this.
3 of our division foes are on this list, and the Pelicans, who are like 12th or 13th, but then you got the Spurs first and Dallas second. The Spurs worry me more than Dallas long term because it feels like Dallas has got a very short runway with Kyrie and D'Angelo Russell and Clay and AD being older. And again, like we established yesterday or the day before, AD is the only NBA player ever to play made entirely of paper mache. So like that runway is very short. So they're scary in the short term. Yes, Cooper Flagg's going to be great for that team, but what happens when you lose all those contracts from those guys that are older, right? Are you going to be able to rebuild around Cooper for sure? But the Spurs are scared. Like it feels like this must have been what it felt like. I was a little young. I remember the Spurs getting good before they were really good in the late 90s and early 2000s. This must have been what NBA fans felt. It's like, damn, those Spurs are fixing to pop off. It's like on the like it's in the old like the Looney Tune cartoons, right? Where the fuse is like burning leading up to the rocket, and we're in that like phase, and it's been a pop off in San Antonio because they have done a masterclass of getting young talent and great players on this team.
Yeah, I really hope they're not the make a leap team this year. Because if they make a leap, they might make it really big.
I mean, how could they not be the candidate for a leap this year when you've got Victor coming back as a Shaolin monk who's ready to karate chop everybody and play basketball, right? Then you've got Stephon Castle, Rookie of the Year, arguably, got better from last year. De'Aaron Fox is amazing. You draft a guy like Dylan Harper. Like this team is loaded for bear.
Yep. I'm excited. I'm nervous excitement. I don't know. We'll see what they do. Yeah, well, they're number 1 on this rebuild ranking list for a reason, and that rebuild might start this season, unfortunately. For us,
unfortunately.
We are going to continue. Speaking of rebuilds, neither of these teams were on this list, but we're going down to Florida. I don't know. That's not the Florida song. Party.
No, it's Flow Rider. Anything about Flow Rider.
There it is.
Yeah.
Flow Rider. Yeah, I like Flow Rider. We started this yesterday. We started this process last week where we are grading the off seasons of all the teams not named the Memphis Grizzlies. We going division by division. We are staying down south. Did the Southwest earlier in the week. Did the Southeast yesterday with Parrish, and we're going to continue that exercise today, starting with the Miami Heat. They are in an interesting, we briefly talked about this yesterday. I'm going to read you their projected situation. They got Tyler Hero, Norman Powell, Andrew Wiggins, Bam Adebayo, your boy Khalil Ware. That's their projected starting five. They also have Davion Mitchell, maybe Terry Rozier. I don't think we know yet. Haywood High. Do we know?
Probably not. Have you seen the latest in his case?
No, I haven't.
It's quite damning. There was a game against like the Wizards on like a Tuesday night where nobody should have been betting on Terry Rozier, and like there was almost like $20,000 bet on him to hit unders. He hit all the unders on like a random Tuesday night. It doesn't look good for the artist formerly known as Scary Terry Rozier. It's scary for a different reason.
Scary for Terry. God. Yeah. Excuse me. They also have. Oh God, I should have practiced this. Kasparis Jakachonis. I don't know.
We ain't got nobody named that in Northeast Mississippi.
They got a lot of names here that are trying me. Simon Fontecchio. They also have Pella Larson, Kashid Johnson, Nikola Jovic, not Jovic, and Jaime Jaquez Jr. They are under the first apron with $192 million. They got Alex Burks, Drew Smith, Isaiah Stevens, Josh Christopher. All three agents have their exceptions. Couple guys extensions eligible. I believe yesterday Parrish was saying he has a bet with Three Hardaway.
Yeah,
that the Heat he thinks the Grizzlies will have more wins than the Heat. I don't. I've been hearing several people that think the Heat might be good. I don't know. I'm not one of those people. Yeah. I will say the Norm Powell ad is really good.
Yeah, and you can be not good in the Eastern Conference and still make the playoffs, right? Yes. We've seen that. Like, there's a high likelihood that they have a losing record, 36 wins, and they're still in the playoffs.
Bingo.
Like, I agree with Ninja DJ here that if you look at the roster as a whole, it's like, WTF, what am I looking at? But, like, there are pieces that are good. Norm Powell is good. Bam Adebayo can be really an elite rim protector, but he can also take some nights off. You got Khalil Ware, who's also very streaky. You've got – I really like – I've always liked Jaime Jaquez because he just does the little things. He's a glue guy. I think Pella Larson is also going to be a good NBA player. He had a really strong summer last year. He didn't have as strong one this year, but he had a strong summer last year. We saw him a couple of times last year in Salt Lake and in Vegas.
Yep.
And so they've got some guys that are like decent spot players. I just don't know how it's going to work as a whole. I do not think Norm Powell lifts their floor a little bit. But again, like this team could be terrible and still be in the playoffs. And so I think they're going to be like an 8-9 seed like they typically are. Pat Riley and Eric Spoelstra always has that team just kind of at least as a fringe playoff team. And I don't think that changes next year, but that doesn't mean they're going to be good.
No, yeah, I think you said Norm Powell raises their floor. This team also has a ceiling that is very visible. Like there's only so far this team will go on the backs of Bam and on the backs of Tyler Hero. Like,
their floor is like the 9 seed. Yeah. Their ceiling is like the 8 seed. Like it's like right there. Yeah,
maybe 6, maybe if they catch some breaks. But I'm like, I'm with you. They have a 2 to 3 seed window for me.
Yeah,
and that's it.
Yeah, this was interesting too. Like Art brings up Eric Spoelstra called out Khalil Ware for his motor. Which I appreciate on both ends because Spo called him out, and then the very next game in Summer League, Khalil Ware had like 20 and 17. Like he responded pretty well. So that was one of the things I wrote about in my article last year. This draft was that there are some motor concerns, and we've seen that over the course of this first year. But kudos to Spo for calling him out and Khalil Ware for responding because it was a good response. It was at least 20 and 15 in the next game.
Well, yeah, no, I mean honestly, if he didn't do that. That's probably won't be playing. Spo's kind of guy that's like, you better stack up.
He's one of the best in the game for a reason, right? That team's always fringe playoffs for a reason.
Yep. Now, I mean, gosh, I don't want to be. I'm going to give them a B- just because. I'm going to give them a C. This is a C.
I was about to say C because they're very average. This team is very pedestrian. The pedestrian moves. I mean, Norm Powell's cool. He was a fringe all-star last year, but like Wayno said earlier in the comments, like he plays the same position as Tyler Hero. So now you got two guys that are going to be competing for spots and shots, and they're essentially the same player. They're not any better defensively because Norm Powell's not a great defender, and neither is Tyler Hero. So not any better defensively. It's an average move. It literally just it feels like the redundant departments of redundancy, right? Like it's the same player side by side. And so again, I think C's get degrees. They're going to be in the playoffs just because how bad the East is, and so we'll say C. Luke is trying to be a nice guy, Jared. That's yin and yang here. He's the nice guy. Oh, we'll give him a B, and I'm over here like, nah, we're slashing prices. Give him a C.
Cut them. Well, you know what? We can to tell you why we're gonna a little teaser. We are going to take a quick break because we're like right in the middle of the show. When we get back, we're going to go to the other Florida team, and that will be a much more positive conversation for both of us. I was like, we can talk about Orlando now, but I want to take a break because we want to talk Orlando. So we will take a really quick. Yeah, I would offer to fix it /tire, and we would be there for hours. And I'd be like,
well, he says that, hang on, let's get this right. Luke offers to fix the tire that Rusty slashed.
I'm like, oh, don't worry about Rusty. He does this all the time. I will fix it in a jiffy. Rusty, over here. We will take a quick break, and we will be right back to talk Orlando Magic.
But something else that I've casually observed, Kenny Stubblefield, is that one Demetrius Jamel Morant seems to be in great spirits, Kenny Stubblefield. He seems to be happy. He's being quiet. He ain't really saying too much on Twitter. He ain't shit talking. He's just out here, man, out here in Japan, China, New York, WNBA games, releasing shoes. I'm going to stand on this and say, can remind you guys that Happy Jaw is a scary jaw. But there is an asterisk beside that, but for real this time.
Real this time, though.
He seems to be having a very fun offseason. I don't mean like fun like turning up to tequila and wilding out and hanging. You haven't seen any videos of him on none of that type of stuff. I'm expecting to have a great year from Ja this year. Of course, health is a caveat to that. And you would hope that he does look different, man. He's older. You know, he's about to turn 26 this year as opposed to being the 19 or 20-year-old that he was coming into the league, man.
Check out the Anthony Sain Show live Monday through Friday at 2 p.m. only on the Bluff City Media YouTube channel.
Choking and token. The Mid-South's first cannabis-themed jiu-jitsu tournament.
August 16th at Midtown Krav Maga and Jiu-Jitsu.
At 1 p.m. 21 plus to compete or consume.
Consumption not required.
Ounce of Hope is licensed by the state of Tennessee. This is all 100% legal hemp products. Everything's good to go.
We'll have gi divisions.
No gi divisions.
Madison bracket, guaranteeing 4 matches per division, plus an absolute winner.
Each fighter receives an Ounce of Hope gift bag, and there's prizes for every winner.
Check out the link below to sign up.
In the heart of the Highland Strip for 27 years, Trilogy Tattoo has helped tell stories for Memphians for generations. Located at 530 South Highland, Richie and his team are waiting to help you tell yours.
From tattoos to piercings, your body art should be as unique as you are. Voted a Memphis Flyer top 3 tattoo shop in the city of Memphis since day one. Your story will be safe here at Trilogy Tattoo.
Open 7 days a week, Monday through Saturday, 11 to 11, and 3 to 11 on Sundays. They have convenient times waiting on you. Let Trilogy Tattoo help you tell your story.
I muted myself. I was doing good, and I muted myself. We are back, and we got an ounce of hope. Promo code Love City, QR code right below here. Check them out. Smoking. No, I screwed token and I ruined it. Choking
first and then token.
Choking
Token.
Choking and token. Man, I'm excited for this. I'm also shows how little I know about Krav Maga. I saw GI and I think of gastrointestinal. I'm like, oh, they got GI issues too. Maybe I can compete. I'll bring my Tums. Be shaking them.
I saw a meme the other day, and it was like, if the good Lord knew better than to give me a stable stomach because I'd have taken over the world or something like that. Or it's just like IBS. Like, it's hilarious.
As me. Yeah, check them out. Go check out Trilogy Tattoo as well. They're great. And Anthony Sane. All the commercials. Anthony Sane will be later today. $2 Sports Show will be later today.
Happy Jaw is a scary jaw.
Happy Jaw is a scary jaw, and we like that. Let's get back to Florida. Let's talk about the Orlando Magic, a team that I believe both you and I are very high on, and we like them a lot. Their current roster is Jalen Suggs, Desmond Bane, Franz Wagner, Paulo Banchero, and Wendell Carter Jr. Solid. Backups, Tyus Jones, Anthony Black, Jeff Howard, Tristan Da Silva, Jason Isaac, Goga Batazzi, Mo Wagner. They're still under the first apron.
Barely.
By that much, and that's going to change very soon. Couple free agents. Matt McClung's a free agent. I like where this team sits, not where Matt McClung. I don't like Matt McClung, but I like what this team is looking at right now. I think.
Agreed.
We're a Grizzlies podcast. Of course, we like Desmond Bane, so that acquisition is great. But the
I was big on them last year.
Yeah.
I was big on them last year, and the injury bug bit them hard with the obliques and everything. They had a Memphis Grizzly-esque season. I like Jamal Mosley a whole lot. I think he's a good NBA coach. I think last year he just kind of had to earn some of his stripes because it went well the first year, and he kind of had to earn some of that back. He was my candidate for coach of the year, and he kind of flopped. And it's okay to have sophomore slumps as a coach too, right?
Yes.
But adding Desmond Bane to this team that was one of the worst three-point half-court offense teams in the league, a guy that is a catch-and-shoot threat who can get to the rim. I think King Meek's exactly right. Or Edwards, sorry. If their bench is any good, watch out. This team could be very deep. They have their starting five I would put up against most teams in the league, especially now that they have Desmond Bane. Paulo Banchero is my favorite non-Grizz. That guy is just if he ever truly realized his potential, he's built like LeBron James. He plays a similar game. Not saying he'd be the next LeBron, but if he ever truly realized and played his potential, he would be all world in everything. I'm just really, really high on him in the Magic. And I think that this team could be really good, especially given the Eastern Conference being really down this year.
Yep. I think I described this team when they signed Dez. I said, they got scratched, and rather than putting a Band-Aid on it, they had surgery to repair it. Another good example I think it was Edward shouting out Fantastic Four. I saw it last night. It's amazing. Amazing. Yeah. We're going to stick on Marvel. You remember when Groot in Guardians of the Galaxy goes from teen Groot to Guardians of the Galaxy 3, where he's like badass, big Groot with guns under everywhere. That's what the Magic have done. They went from the teen Groot that we all really liked that could still kill some folks. They got Desmond, but they needed a point guard and they needed some 3-point shooting. They got Tyus Jones, who is the best assist turnover point guard to do it in the league, and they got Desmond Bane, a marksman. They turned into Alpha Groot, or I think that's that Groot's name. I don't know. There's so many Groots.
Sure.
They turn into the Guardians 3 Groot. That's what this Orlando Magic has the potential to be, where they're opening things and guns are popping out. And you're like, where did that come from? I didn't know you could do that. And he's just, I think that if everything clicks, if this bench is good, the Magic have had an offseason that could make them just cut through the rest of the East.
And we're going to be good to take, KCP from him, get him out of a bad situation, right? He was relied on too much in a different role that he's not supposed to be last year. I think KCP will have a good bounce back season for us this year. But that's not what they needed because they got defenders, right? The Wagner brothers can defend. Jalen Suggs is one of the most dogged defenders in the NBA. And that's going to be a better, backcourt pairing than John Morant and Desmond Bane, who neither of them are great defenders. Neither of them are terrible. No, not anymore at least. But neither of them are great. And so you can put him beside a Jalen Suggs who can kind of cover some of Desmond Bane's defensive issues. Although I did remind y'all throughout the season how Desmond Bane got better. He ended up being one of the best guards at defending a 2-point shot, but still, they got him for catch and shoot, which he was the best in the NBA at 51%. Luke, 51% on open catch and shoot threes last year. Ridiculous.
That's a good number.
This is an offense with a lot. They've got a point forward in Banchero. They got a true point guard in Jalen Suggs. They got Tyus Jones, who has played beside Desmond before, so they know how to play together. Dez can go back to that 2-dribble rule like we have for Gigi, like we should have had for Dez. Shout out Janky Jenkins for throwing all this other mess on there. But Desmond Bane needs to either catch the ball in a shooting position and ready to shoot, or be handed or pass the ball where he can take 2 dribbles and get to be downhill Dez, right?
Or else it turns into a kickball game.
That's it. Then we're playing soccer. But this is an opportunity for Desmond to flourish, and I think he will. Like I love this acquisition for Orlando. Yeah, they had to pay a lot, but that's what they had, right? I guarantee you, we asked for Franz or we asked for Jalen Suggs, and they were like, "Can't do that, but we'll give you a metric ton of draft picks." And we were like, "Okay." And so I think it's going to work out better for both teams.
Yep, and I think that they have had, especially when you look where the East is, I think they had one A in an offseason. I'm really excited. You want to talk about teams that see an opportunity and take it and seize it, you know?
Yeah.
They saw Achilles rupturing left and right, and we're like, why not us?
Let's go all in. Let's get healthy and let's go.
Yep.
And I think Desmond Bane is a great fit for that team.
Yep. I'm excited to watch them. I'm glad. It's just nice. It's nice to kind of have an East team that you can just kind of, I think Chris Vernon calls them the 6 o'clock, the games that we get as Central Times that play at 6 o'clock because they're the East Coast primetime games. The Magic are going to be that team for me. I'm excited.
I've always, ever since the Penny Shack days, I've always kind of had a soft spot for Orlando, and I love like their throwback, their pinstripes are like, and I'm glad they're bringing them back this year. Again, Banchero and now Desmond Bane are two of my favorite non-grids. I might have to get that Desmond Bane pinstripe jersey because they look so good. They're going back to the retro Magic, logos from years past. It's a whole rebrand. It's a whole new team. I agree with Ninja DJ.
Yeah.
I would not be surprised if it's like a Detroit Orlando or a Cleveland Orlando conference finals. I had them in the conference finals this past year. If you look way back, it wasn't pretty. But I picked them there, but even though the injuries derailed it. But I'm big on the Magic next year, given health.
Yep. I'm excited about their offseason, excited for their coming season. Before we get out of here, it's the weekend outlook. Ooh, that was one of the best I've done in a while.
It is.
I watched Last Crusade recently because I like that one a lot, and he's in that one. The weekend outlook. I should learn to do other celebrities. No, I shouldn't. Every time I do other dead celebrities, it fails.
We stand for Sean Connery. Sean Connery is in The Untouchables with Kevin Costner, which is one of my favorite movies of all time. Just a great gangster movie. It's incredible. It's awesome.
Yep, so good.
Awesome.
Sidebar: go watch The Untouchables if you haven't.
Yeah, go watch Untouchables. If you like a good Al Capone mobster movie, Untouchables is like it's up there.
De Niro, right? Yeah, it's De Niro. De Niro's
Al Capone. You got Kevin Costner. You got Sean Connery. You got a young Andy Garcia.
Andy Garcia.
A star-studded lineup, and it's a great movie, man. So good. I want to watch it now.
Shoot, what am I doing today? I'm calling out watching. I digress. It's the weekend outlook where we talk about the wonderful things that we are doing over the weekend because everybody has a weekend and everybody does things or they don't do things, and that's wonderful too. I can go first. We actually have a kind of a busy weekend. After work today, I'm going to be driving to Kyla's house. We bought a truck. We've been a 1-car household for like a really long time now since my car bit the dust, and it's been fine. We've been making it work, but her dream car, and I God love her for this. It's a manual orange Toyota Tacoma. And so that's what we're getting.
I love it.
We're going to pick that up tomorrow, and it's manual, and she's gonna emasculate me in every way. It's gonna be great. And then after
you can drive a manual though, right?
Yeah, I can, but like it's a lot of work, brother.
No, listen, we had an old farm truck that was.
Yeah, that's how I learned.
Nashville, all the start and stop, like that would be a bummer.
That's me. I'm like I can do it when it's necessary on the farm, but I don't. Nashville people are crazy on automatic cars. On buses, you've been here. And then after that, my little brother is getting married this weekend. So we're having a little, my little brother who is 6 foot, he's your height. He's played college baseball. He's a lot like you, So another person that emasculates me in every way. So it's going to be a great weekend for me. Going to have a great weekend. That's what I'm doing. What are you doing this weekend?
That's hilarious. First, I do want to shout out King Meeks. He's got a photo shoot today. He was selected for St. Jude's Living Our Values program. So big props to King Meeks for that. Congratulations, sir. I know it's fun to get recognition like that at work, especially in an organization like St. Jude. So big shout out to King Meeks there in the comments for sure. My weekend's going to be good. I've got my real estate exam is Monday morning, 8 a.m. So I won't be here on Monday. I probably won't be on the $2 either because I won't be testing. So T's and P's to your boy Buckets as I finish preparing over the weekend and studying for that on Monday. But in the meantime, Maggie and I are going to one of our favorite restaurants tonight here in Memphis and just celebrate me getting a new job, hopefully me passing the exam, and then celebrating her because Maggie got a promotion at work as well. So she is the new PCSM. Yeah, cigars to celebrate Maggie. She's the smartest, kindest, hardest working person I've ever met. She leads with her heart, which is something I need to do a lot more of. Like she's very inspiring to me in how she leads her team, but it's turned into a promotion. She's a pharmacy clinical services manager now, PCSM. Super stoked for her. So yeah, tiny celebration for me because I've got a new job, but not really because of my exam, but big celebration for Maggie. I'm so freaking proud of her. And she absolutely inspires me in every way, including being the boss at home, being the boss at work. Shout out Maggie for sure.
Heck yeah. Shout out Maggie. She's not. I was waiting for her to pop. Nope, that's King Meeks. Shout out King Meeks.
She's off today, so she's going to watch. No, she's off today, so she'll probably watch this around like 9:30, 10 when she's working out, leading up to the $2 because like what y'all don't know, Maggie is like very much like I told her the other night, she gives Wayno like a run for the money for like BCM's like main fan because she watches every show that I'm on. God bless her. She's watched more basketball and more Bluff City media shows than anybody in the last year watching me. But anyway, big shout out to her. And I'm also going to be watching The Untouchables now this weekend because she works this weekend. I need a study break. And I started Jurassic Park 3 last night. We're pausing that. We're going to watch The Untouchables this weekend.
You're going to walk into your test on Monday dressed in like a 3-piece pinstripe suit.
With the hat, the fedora hat pulled low.
You'll be like, where do I sign?
Yeah, like I'm going to walk in like.
yes. That's it. That's gonna do it for our show today, y'all. Thank you, everybody in the comments. Thank you guys for watching. Like and subscribe if you're on YouTube. I love it. Shout out Maggie. Shout out King Meeks. Shout out my brother. I guess he's not watching this. Shout out you, man. Go check out the $2 Sports Show today at 11. And then they will be followed by the Anthony Sane Show at 2. We will be back on Monday. Everybody have a safe weekend. Take care of yourselves. Stay cool. This heat wave is no joke. It's miserable. This wedding's outside. It's gonna be great.
It is unethically hot outside. That is a poor life choice. I was once in a wedding outside in Nashville, August the 6th. It's coming up. When my best friend, him and his wife, he called me this week. My best friend got married in Nashville, in Franklin, at the old Civil War home there. Anyway, it was a bazillion degrees out there. So y'all stay hydrated. Stay your butts inside.
I will be complaining a lot. That's going to do it for our show today. Have a great day, y'all. If we can leave you with anything, remember these two things. Remember to be a little weird, just a little bit, and remember to smile. Bye, guys. Have a wonderful weekend, and we will see you on Monday. Good luck on your test, Rusty. T's and P's.